Contributed to helping them in a lot of cases. Turn the ball over in the red zone, settle for field goals in the red zone. Don't get stops when you need to get stops on defense. I was really proud of the way our players came back and competed in the second half. After not playing very well in the first half, we got back in the game. We actually had the game, went ahead in the game.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Something's going on here. They're saying they can't hear it. Okay, we're good now. We want to start over. I apologize.
Obviously, this is a very disappointing loss for us. I know the players are very disappointed. But I think that everybody needs to remember how they feel and not forget it. Because when I talk about having respect for winning, that's what I mean. You want to avoid the feeling that you have when you lose. So a lot of lessons to be learned out there tonight. Got to give Texas A&M a lot of credit for how they played. They had a good plan. The players did a good job of executing it. We certainly moved the ball well enough on offense, yardage-wise, but they stopped us in the red zone. We turned the ball over on the 2-yard line with an opportunity to score. We actually went ahead in the game at the end of the game, couldn't get the stops on defense we needed to, and had the ball with 3 minutes to go in the game. Could have gone 2 minutes, went down the field, and had a chance to kick a field goal, win it ourselves. And then, you know, we didn't stop them. So they made the plays that they needed to make to win the game. We didn't make the plays we needed to make to win the game. And, you know, hopefully we'll learn a lot from this. And, you know, we still can accomplish everything we want to accomplish in terms of, but we got to do things better than we did tonight. We got to play better. We got to be more consistent. We got to finish drives. We got to get more turnovers on defense. We got to get more stops on defense. There's a lot of things we need to fix.
Okay, with that, we'll start with Michael Casagrande. Michael, go ahead.
Yeah, what do you think the issues were on some of those red zone possessions where you guys got in close, but they let the field goals instead of touchdowns?
Well, I mean, you watched the same game I watched. We threw incomplete passes. We had guys open. We ran a bad route. The guy picked the ball off. We had some drops in critical situations. We had a drop at the end of the game when we could have went 2 minutes. It would have been a first down, and would have started to move the ball. So I don't know that anything went wrong. We just didn't execute. We didn't throw and catch the ball like we need to. We didn't run it effectively enough. Some of those situations, you know, you could say, you know, if we could run the ball effectively in those situations, maybe we wouldn't have had those issues throwing it. So you can second guess everything that didn't work. But the issue is we just didn't execute. We had trouble with the pressures in the first half especially. Quarterback got sacked several times on third down. So it's a lot of issues.
Okay, we'll go to Aaron Suttles. Aaron, go ahead.
What's your assessment of your short yardage run game situation, and does that influence plays on the goal line where you're passing it?
I think so, but we ran the ball really effectively tonight. I mean, we had, 153 yards rushing, something like that. B-Rob had another good game. I thought the offensive line did a good job in the run game. You know, they got a good defensive team. They got a good front. We moved the ball effectively against them. We just didn't finish drives, and we didn't get stops on defense. So there's nobody that, you know, you can start for me, the coaches, the offense, the defense. Special teams gave up a kickoff return for a touchdown. We also blocked a punt for a touchdown, but that was a huge momentum swing in the game. The kickoff return, we didn't cover it correctly. You know, I'm responsible for all of it. We got to do a better job with our coaches. We got to do a better job with our players so that we can convert in situations, whether they're in the red zone, third down stops on defense, too many big plays on defense in critical situations, several coverage busts. Just, you know, not the kind of execution you need to beat a good team.
Go to Nick Kelly, Tuscaloosa.
In the second half, you guys were very stout on defense until the last two drives. I mean, what do you think changed there? Is there something that they did differently to score the touchdown and then the field goal?
No, we didn't. you know, we got picked on the one play that they reviewed where the guy was in or out of bounds. You know, we're supposed to be playing, Buzz safety should have been right in position to make a play on the tight end catching the ball. You know, we got beat man-to-man coverage for the touchdown that, you know, tied the game. So there's numerous things that we just didn't do well enough in the game. So, you know, I mean, think about two things. Think about how you feel when you lose. Think about what did you do to contribute to losing. And I know there's things that I need to do better. Every coach should have things that they need to do better. And every player, we did a lot of things out there to contribute to the other team, whether they were penalties, missed plays, dropped balls, lots of things that, you know, you can't play at a place like this against a good team. And Texas A&M has a good team. Their quarterback played a lot better in this game. We knew he was a talented guy and that he was going to play better and better, and he played really well. And, you know, some of that was we needed to cover him better too and put more pressure on him.
Okay, we'll go to Mike Rodak.
You've spoken in the past about some of the dangers of forgetting what it's like to lose. Just how much of a factor do you think that was, just coming in on a winning streak and perhaps with mentality among players?
Well, this is the second time we won 19 games in a row. I think if you look back in the record book, we won 19 games in a row and went to South Carolina and played about like we played today and got beat. So, you know, I don't know the psychology of all that, but it really is not when you get to the game. When you get to the game, everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to play well. It's what did you do to get to the game? How did you prepare? How did you practice? What kind of habits did you create so you can carry those things to the game? And that's what sort of eliminates bad plays. You got to give the other team credit. They're capable of making plays. Their guys are on scholarship too. But when you don't do things like you think you need to do them, then that's because, you know, what kind of habits did you create in preparation? So practice, how you take care of yourself, rest, recovery, you know, all those things contribute to how you play in games. And I think all those things also are contributed to by what your sense of purpose is. If you got great sense of purpose in what you want to accomplish and what you want to do, usually create pretty good habits to do it because it's important to you. And I think when the game comes, everybody wants to win, but we need to do things better to get ready to play better, especially when we're playing on the road, especially when we're playing against really good teams. And I don't know of anybody in our division that's not a really good team. So if we don't play really well, we'll struggle against anybody we play against.
Okay, we'll finish with Pete Thamel. Pete, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. You mentioned all your goals are still in front of you. I'm wondering how you view this loss through the prism of how just unpredictable, quintessentially unpredictable college football has been so far this season.
Well, look, I knew we were playing a good team. I know they lost 2 games, but they have a good defense. They've got good players. Tight end's a really good player. A couple of the running backs are really good players. You got good receivers. You got a really good defense. So we were playing a really good team. So I thought we would have a really tough game here. So when you say this is unpredictable, it's because a lot of people assume that things are going to happen. But really it's about what you do when you play the game. So, you know, I always tell our players it's all about what we do. And we have to do things very well to play against good teams to have a chance to win. So, you know, it's disappointing, very disappointing. It's my responsibility to get people to do things in a more positive way so that we can go out there and execute with more consistency.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time.
Thank you.